ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਮੈਂ ਅਮਨਦੀਪ ਸਿੰਘ ਪਿਰਾਮਿਡ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਰੂਬਰੂ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ। ਜੋ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਅਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੀ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਅਤੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਪਾਰਟਨਰਸ ਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਫੇਸਬੁੱਕ ਪਲੇਟਫਾਰਮ ਤੇ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਇਸ ਮਾਧਿਅਮ ਦੇ ਰਾਹੀਂ ਜੋ ਕਰੈਕਟ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਜੋ ਵੈਲਿਊਏਬਲ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਪਹੁੰਚਾ ਸਕੀਏ। So we have been talking about Canada a lot, we have been talking about Germany a lot, we have been talking about other countries as well, but there is one country which is a very so today I am honored to welcome one of a prominent university partner of Pyramid Services, a prominent university in UK, that is Anglia Ruskin University. The university needs no introduction. I've been joined by Sutripti. She's the India representative for the university. Today, the objective of this session is to bring the right information. Market ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ IELTS waiver available ਨੇ, ਘੱਟ percentage ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ UK ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਵੀ Pyramid Services ਦੇ Facebook page ਤੇ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ information ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ, because there are opportunities, but there are certain restrictions depending upon every university. So ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਈ ਬਹੁਤ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ UK ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਅਤੇ Anglia Ruskin University ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਾਂਗੇ ਅਤੇ ਦੱਸਾਂਗੇ ਕਿ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ UK IELTS waiver ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਮਿਥ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਮਿਸਕਮਿਊਨੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈ। So I hope everybody is keeping safe. ਸਾਰੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ safe ਹੋਵੋਗੇ। And once again, Sutripti, thank you so much for joining us live for this session.
Thank you for having me.
Honor for us. So Tripti, firstly, how are you doing? How are things with you? I hope you are safe and sound.
Yeah, right now I'm doing good. Just had a very bad bout of COVID a few days back. Doing well right now at home. So like I said, a little informal. We're all working from home remotely.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. So you have had your experience with COVID.
Very, very bad one.
Oh, but I'm happy to see that you're keeping well.
Yeah, doing much better now.
All right, that's great to know. So guys, please, all the viewers who are also watching us, please take care of yourself. COVID is real as much as it gets, and you need to ensure that you follow all the guidelines set by the central and state government about social distancing or lockdown, so that you are safe and sound. So if we start off, to discuss about the questions or the topic which is a hot topic, that is UK. So if you can share with us, how are things in UK right now, when it comes to COVID-19, in terms of the vaccination or the cases, and also how the UK government is dealing with the current situation?
See, as far as within UK, if the situation is concerned, UK has recovered well. UK is doing well now. UK has come to a position where they have decided to declare COVID as a flu. Okay, the lockdown in UK has eased out to a great extent. They have about 80% of their population already vaccinated. So in terms of the UK, within the UK, the lockdown has eased up. We are only expecting face-to-face classes from September 21. So yeah, as far as if you're talking about how things are within UK, things are good. But yeah, for travel from India to UK, there are going to be another set of 15-20 odd things to be done, which we will discuss, I'm sure, in this session.
True. But that's a breaking news that you have shared, that 80% of the people have been vaccinated in UK. Yeah. The lockdown has been taken off to an extent where it's a normal life over there, and also September is expected to be a normal intake.
September is supposed to be, as per the UKVI, the September onwards, UK universities are not going to be following the blended form of learning. It is mandatorily going to be a face-to-face platform. So students will have to reach the UK from India as well within a stipulated time.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So that's a very positive news, guys. Yeah. That September is going to be a in-person class model, and there is going to be an opportunity for you to travel to UK the way it looks. But absolutely, a lot depends upon the situation in India as well, how things are going to turn up in India. So, till April, things were, or I should say till the end of March, things were looking okay. We were getting on a better track. But like you have also faced it, and quite a number of viewers must have also faced it, that COVID came back with a crazy situation, and a lot of cases were there. Delhi was really bad, and a lot of other places in the country were in a tough situation. So then we saw India coming in the red sheet, the red list of UK. There was a travel restriction from UK, and other countries has also have their travel restrictions. But there is still a positivity, because now the cases are getting to a decreasing level, and also, like, though the examinations were cancelled or postponed, and then the IELTS exams were not being conducted. So how do you relate this situation of India to the situation of UK? Do you think we are going to get on a better track? How is UK looking at India right now?
How is UK looking at India? See, in terms of international relations between the two countries, things are better than ever. We know that there's a graduate route in
True.
place. There's a 2 year
True.
stay back. So, in terms of that, if you keep the COVID situation aside, in terms of relationships, diplomatic relationships between the countries, things are really looking good. Both the countries exchange are encouraging the exchange of people between, and think tank between
True.
these two countries. We've seen that there have been several initiatives and policies that have been taken place even recently in amidst the COVID situation between two countries, wherein we understand that they want exchange of people, and they want businesses even to invest in the UK, students to travel from India to the UK. Now coming to the COVID situation, now India in the second phase, India has been one of the countries that has been the it has been very badly affected in the second phase. I mean,
True.
even worse than the first phase. So what that entailed is India being in the red list of the UK. Okay, but having said that, let me spell it out loud here again, because students are of the impression that when the red list also came in, that there is a travel ban. I would just want to say it loud and clear. It's not a travel ban. It's there is going to be additional travel restrictions in place, which need to be followed. You can travel to the UK, but there are XYZ things to be done which need to be followed. Now, what are those travel restrictions? The first and the most important one that is mandatorily being done is that they have to incur an additional expense of 1,750 pounds, and they have to do a fortnightly mandatory quarantine in a UK government approved facility in the UK. So this 1,750 pounds, which comes to about 2 lakh Indian rupees, is an additional expense that the students have to bear. So this has to be done, and they have to take 2 mandatory COVID tests, which are like home test kits, which they have to book prior to traveling. So all this has to be booked prior to traveling. So this has to be booked prior to traveling, which was there in January also. So this is not something new. These 2 home tests that have to be done, I think on the 8th and the 10th or some in that frequency, that was there previously as well. So they have to do these tests. So for that, they have to be paid, a certain amount has to be paid. So these are the major restrictions that are in place. Apart from this, something that has not come out yet, but we are advising our students to do, because they already are enlisted as in the priority list of vaccination. We are encouraging all our students who are going to be going for September 21 to take their vaccination, preferably the Covishield, because that is the WHO approved vaccination. Okay, not the Covaxin, because it's not approved yet. So we are encouraging our students to take the vaccination, because we are predicting that there could be a mandate that you have to take your vaccination, and they could list out which vaccination to take. But right now, on the 5th of June, I don't know about it. But we are still advising our students. So the quarantine, the home test, and the vaccination, which we are saying we're not sure whether you're supposed to take it or yet or not, we are only preempting, are the 3 things that additionally need to be followed. Students can still travel. Yes, there is an additional expense which has to be taken care of.
Right. So this session is all about breaking news. So to apply and travel to UK, they can still do that. It's
Yes,
just
they
that
can.
there are restrictions and additional formalities they need to
Yes,
take care of
yes, correct.
while thinking about their plans of education in UK.
Yeah.
Absolutely. One thing you have very rightly said, that there was no restrictions, or I would say there was no ban. Right. The terminology that ban is being used is incorrect. So the next question is not related to the situation of COVID in UK or India, but the situation which has always been there when it comes to education in UK, and primarily, in Punjab.
Okay.
That is I wouldn't I wouldn't take names, or I would not talk about any agency or anything, but there's always a communication that there's an Ielts waiver, right? If you have 45% or 50, 50 is still a acceptable sort in few cases, but 45% gap of 10 years or 7 years or 8 years, you are acceptable as a student in UK. Now, there is a categorical difference when it comes to the student background. Is it a state board student, or it's a CBSE or a ICSE student? So it would be very kind of you as a representative of UK working with such an eminent university, if you can shed some light how, UK looks at this and how Angela Ruskin looks at it. That would be very kind of you.
Okay. I will primarily talk about how ARU looks at it, okay, because that's what university I'm representing. But obviously, me being in
Sure.
the business, I do know a little bit about other universities as well, and what they are doing and what it is. So I'll not be talking generally, but specifically about ARU. But you can consider it as a general requirement also, because I know my colleagues at other universities are also, more or less doing the same thing. But here again, I just want to let you know that there are about 200 odd universities in the UK. I don't speak for all of them. Okay. So I'm speaking only for ARU. So yeah, firstly for Punjab, Haryana students, if the students are from the Punjab, Haryana state board or any open schooling board, there is no waiver. They are not eligible for a waiver, specifically Punjab, Haryana students, as unfortunate as it is, based on the previous experiences that all the universities might have had. It is what it is. Punjab, Haryana students don't have a waiver. IELTS, or for in case of ARU, IELTS or a PTE or a TOEFL IBT are mandatory to be able to qualify to go to ARU. Now coming to the gap for undergraduate students for Punjab, Haryana, we are taking same year students, like 2021 ideally. Okay, in case the profile is really good, we might take a 2020. This is undergraduates. Okay, that thin a gap is what we allow. Okay, 2021 pass outs. 2020, maybe if the student is superlative, has scored like 80, 85, something, we might consider it case to case. Okay. Uh, Now coming to postgraduates, we'll take a gap of 3 to 4 years. Again, IELTS is mandatory. 3 to 4 years of justifiable gap when the student has done some work for these 3 4 years. If 3 4 years of idle gap where the student was not doing anything, we for any state we can't take. So definitely not for Punjab, Haryana. Okay, and it has to be justified, and IELTS is still mandatory for postgraduate students as well. The only place where the students can get a waiver is if the student is a domicile or a resident of Punjab, Haryana, passport is of Punjab, Haryana, but the student is a CBSE or an ICSE student. In that case, the student is eligible for a waiver at ARU. For a waiver, they need 60 in English in their class 12 for undergraduates and 65 in English for postgraduates. Okay. And English has to be the first language. Even in CBSE, sometimes Hindi is the first language. So that will not work. CBSE, ICSE, English is the first language. Undergraduate application 60, postgraduate application 65. That's the only condition under which Punjab, Haryana students can get a waiver. I'm just feeling weird that I'm mentioning this again and again at Punjab, Haryana, but that is what it is. The situation is that right now, at least, I think that's going to be the scenario for the next half a decade, for 5 6 years. That the UKVI has had a very tricky experience with these two states. Okay, we are lucky that students are still being able to go, but the mandate is what it is.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sutripti, for bringing that up. And to all the viewers who are watching us right now, this is very serious to understand that when you are applying at Angela Ruskin University, and she was very kind to share that this is a generic viewpoint at most of the universities at UK as well. But you need to be very confirmed and very clear if the university is providing you IELTS waiver or not. And when it comes to our state boards, and specifically Punjab State Board and Haryana State Board, the IELTS waiver is not there. You need to have your IELTS while you apply. So be very careful about it when you see those adverts or anything. to confirm that if you would be eligible for that or not. All right. And thank you for adding on that. Just the next question that I have is that is, from after listening to you, is there is another communication which also happens around is the interviews. Without interview, you can get your CAS letter. Is it possible at ARU?
No, see, I again at ARU it is not possible. I know without interview, CAS letter happens when you go to a very top end university in the UK. Top end means one of the top 10. There, the profile is that the entry criteria is so high that you don't need an interview. Okay, but herein where the entry criteria is modest, okay, we're not asking for 90-80%. You have to sit for an interview. An interview is absolutely mandatory. At ARU, there is under no circumstances will you not be sitting for a CI, for a FAM interview.
Right.
We call it a FAM familiarization interview. The term usually used is credibility. At ARU, we call it the familiarization interview.
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much for sharing that. So again, viewers, if you want to apply at ARU, you need to be very sure and aware that there will be an interview, which normally is called a credibility interview. But like ma'am said, it is going to be a familiar interview. Am I right, ma'am?
Familiarization
interview. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah.
And to the viewers again, when you apply in UK, you need to be very clear that when there is a communication about interview, without interview getting a CAS letter, your academics are looked at. So that's something very important you need to keep in your mind, like just ma'am also shared with us. Moving ahead, we have been talking about the realistic grounds, the on ground situation when it comes to COVID, or the general situation when it comes to the students when they want to apply at UK, specifically ARU, obviously. So it would be great if you can share a bit, I shared during the beginning that ARU needs no introduction, but it would be great if you can share certain USPs about the university. Where is it located at? Is it a public or a private university? And also, about the a little bit about the location of the university.
Yeah. So I'll keep this like you said, the Anglia Ruskin University is ranked at 38th in the UK according to the Times Higher Education World University Rankings 2021. Now we're in the top 350 universities in the world, again according to the THE World University Rankings 2021. For our international students, we recruit for 2 campuses, the Cambridge and the Chelmsford campus. Now coming to the location. So the Cambridge and the Chelmsford campus, according to the UKVI, are obviously out in the outer London, and so the living cost is lower than it is in any university located in London. Apart from this, we are a modern private university. Okay, it is located in Cambridge and Chelmsford. Cambridge in itself is a very fertile employment wise. It has got a lot of big companies around it. Okay, it is located in something called the Silicon Fen, similar to the Silicon Valley in the US. Okay, it is so around Cambridge there are a lot of companies. Employability options are really high. As far as our statistics are concerned, we've recently had a few sessions with our employment team, and the information that we've got is that even till last year, till the COVID situation and everything being in place, we've been able to recruit 75% of our students for paid internships. Okay, that is the statistic that we can give you, in short. So, and apart from Cambridge, our health sciences, science and engineering courses happen in a place called Chelmsford. Chelmsford again is in outer London, so the living cost is lesser than London, but it is very close to London. It is 45 minutes away from London. Okay, I think it falls on the London Metropolitan Transport route and something. And we've seen videos of how students say that they go to London on the weekends and get whatever they want to. Okay, and so Chelmsford is again, and Chelmsford is also an industrial area. It's like Cambridge is more corporate office oriented. Chelmsford has a lot of factories and plants around it, and that is why very strategically our health sciences and our science and engineering wing is faculty is located there, so that again in terms of employment we have an edge over there. So yeah, that's about the Anglia Ruskin University. We are actually doing quite well in India right now. We're locating We are recruiting quite a good number of students every year to the UK. Okay, and honestly, not a very bad number from the northern part of India as well. So if the students know that know the entry requirements, and they know this is supposed to be done, I think if done correctly, things would not be a problem, to even to recruit students
Right.
from.
Very well said.
Yeah.
Yep, very well said. When you said that if done correctly, there won't be any problem.
Yes,
That's something which we
mm,
see also we believe in,
yeah.
and we to all the viewers, if you want to know more about the university, if you want to understand about your application eligibility, like I said in the beginning of the session, we are the direct recruitment partners with the university. And if you want to know, anything more, if you want to, apply at the university, we can help you out. We are there to help you out to process your application at the university and help you to live your dream of education in UK. So you were touching a little on the programs available, and also you were talking about the location centric approach. Like, one
Yeah.
location has certain programs and second one has certain others. So just a little more on the programs that are offered at the university. I know there are a lot of them. So if you can share a bit on the programs and the eligibility for the for you spoke about IELTS and earlier, but if you can share about the overall eligibility, academics, and language proficiency for those programs, the kind of job opportunities these programs create for the students, not just in UK but across the globe. So if you can share a bit on this, that would be great.
So at ARU, our most popular courses are the business courses. I think that's the trend all over. We have our MBA, the MBA with or without placement. That we have a 1 year MBA, we have a 2 year MBA, and our MSc International Business. These are our most MSc International Business is a 2 year course with placement. These are our most popular courses. Okay, why the MBA is not our MBA is not a freshman's MBA, like the 2 year MBA, because if you have to go for an MBA with placement, we require a 2 year work experience. Our 1 year MBA is a freshman's MBA, so anybody can apply for it. So apart from this courses, for our commerce graduates, we have MSc Accounting and Finance, which is extremely popular. A lot of finance students interested in accounting and finance, and maybe wanting to go for CA or something if in future, go for MSc Accounting and Finance. Again, that is a placement course, comes with a placement option. You don't require work experience for it. So MSc Accounting and Finance is also a very popular course. Apart from this course, which has recently come up and is extremely popular now, is MSc Supply Chain Management. It is both for our engineering graduates as well as our business and commerce graduates. Anybody can go for it, or anybody with relevant experience can go for MSc Supply Chain Management. That also comes with a placement option. So all these courses, so for us, say for example, an MSc Supply Chain Management, they are generating a lot of jobs now, whether it's in purchase or logistics, in the logistics domain, purchase, in companies like Amazon and all, which are the backbone of these companies is logistics. Okay, so a lot of jobs get generated. Then for business, for MBA and MSc International Business, in the business domain, whether it is in brands or branding or sales and marketing, a lot, again, extremely employable course options. Apart from this, in the science and engineering faculty, we have courses like AI and big data, artificial intelligence and big data. It is a machine learning and artificial intelligence is the need of the time. Okay, and again, extremely popular course, MSc Computer Science. In our science and engineering faculty, these are the popular courses. Then in our allied health sciences faculty also, we have courses like MBA Healthcare Management, and then we have MSc Public Health and Community Wellbeing, which are again extremely popular courses in the healthcare industry, for students who have a bachelor's degree in healthcare or biotech or something, applied bioscience, something like that. So yeah, I mean, like I said, we have, and you said that we have a lot of courses. These are, I mean, I just spoke about one or two courses in each faculty, which are our most popular courses. And obviously, you can check the website. You can check our, all the information available there. You just type the keyword that, student wants to study business, and you're going to get a list of courses, extremely user-friendly website, so you can just go and check.
Yep. I have seen the website myself, so it's absolutely user-friendly. And like you just said, you have touched about certain programs, but yeah, I can vouch for the fact that the university offers programs for all academic backgrounds. The students who are from any background can, look at the university for the programs that they seek for.
Yeah.
So last question, the interaction have been really interesting, and I hope the viewers who are watching us, for them also, it's a very informative session. One last question I have is, so what are the intakes at the university?
Okay, and I was about to talk about the entry criteria also. So I'll just quickly cover the intakes and the entry criteria. Yeah. So for the intakes, we have two major intakes, the September and the January, which are our full intakes. Okay. September, we are gearing up for. January 21 happens. Apart from this, we are maybe going forward, we might have a May intake, but that's for later. Right now, we are having the January and the September intake. Our entry criteria, we spoke about the English, English requirement already. Coming to the entry requirements for UG courses, we require a 60%. For UG applications, 60%, preferably 21 pass outs or 20 pass outs only. For our PG courses, so 60% for Punjab, Haryana. For ICSE, CBSE, 55% is fine. Okay. For our PG courses, a 50%, as good as a 50% in their graduation is fine. Okay, as long as it is a graduation degree, 3-year or a 4-year equivalent graduation degree with 50% would be good to go for our PG courses. And in the English requirement, like I said, remains the same. IELTS mandatory, 6.5 for PG, 6.0 for UG, no band less than 5.5.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing about the intakes and also the eligibility criteria.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, this interaction has been really interesting and valuable for me. And I wish I can take more pointers from you about UK and the university, but due to shortage of time, and I'm really thankful you took time out of your busy schedule for this session. I hope the viewers who are watching us right now were able to understand about UK and were able to understand about the university, that is Anglia Ruskin University. If you want to apply at the university, you want to know more about the university, you can always contact us on the number that is shared on the screen. While connecting on the number, you can speak to our experts and get understanding about the university in more details. If you're planning to travel, you can always visit our offices. Due to the restrictions, Punjab offices are open from 9 to 5, but Chandigarh is open from 9 to 4. Delhi is still closed because of the lockdown, and same is the situation at Kochi. So, these are the offices that we have at our base at Pyramid E-Services. These all are self-governed offices. These are our own offices. So when you're interacting with anybody, you're talking to Pyramid E-Services only. So on that note, please stay safe. Please take care of yourself. Let's hope this pandemic ends soon and we start our normal lives back. And Sutripti, thank you so much. You are a COVID warrior. You have won the battle from COVID. You are an inspiration for that. And your smile tells us that you genuinely are a warrior. And we really thank you for the time out today. And please take care of yourself.
Thank you, Amandeep. Thank you for having me. I'm glad that we could do this today. It was very interesting for me as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Visa for a better life.